everybody. I have a spicy kitty today. Miss Tessa, last time I had a sedator. I'm going to try again to where maybe I don't have to sedate her. I really don't want sedating kitty cats or even dogs. But this is Miss Tessa. She is a beautiful Persian. We just have to remove the mats. So, I'm going to go up front and I'm going to go grab a cat muzzle. See if maybe that might help me to where I don't have to sedate her, because she also has to get an exam today and she has to get a fecal, so she's not going to be happy. So I definitely need to try and get to her before the doctors poke and prod at her and make her a little more upset. Okay, so I'm looking at her notes. Last time we did a number 10 foxtail. So she gets 10 all over. She gets a little round fox head and then a little poof at the end of the tail. So I'm going to go up front. I'm going to go get my muzzle and pull her out and see what we can do. Worst comes to worst, if she acts a fool, we're obviously going to have to sedate her. And it's not because I want to, it's for safety reasons. I don't want to get bit or scratched because that'll put me out of work for a hot minute. And I don't want her getting cut or her, getting injured in any kind of way. So stay tuned. I'll be back in 1 second. Okay, so I couldn't find any cat muzzles up front. So we're gonna try and go at this. And see if she'll let me get her out of the cage and all that fun stuff. So let's see. I think she's fine getting out of the cage. I think it's just when we put her on the table and she's going to be fine. She's a very beautiful cat. Hi, Tessa. I would put section 8 colors of all my cats. Than she was the last time. Like this right here that I'm touching, that's just one big old mat. So there's a big possibility we will probably be sedating her, because if she doesn't like me pulling and prodding on her, which is very understandable when you have mats, it doesn't feel good. So hopefully she will be okay and I won't have to sedate her. Sorry, I'm trying to get this thing over here because I don't like to have the leash tethered to something else. I like to have it tethered to this part here. So I'm just trying to grab this piece right here. So my set goes right here. And how this goes. Now this is the only thing that I have, and it's actually Danielle's. I looked around to see if I had any cat muzzles, but I don't, and that's because I typically don't use muzzles. And why don't I use muzzles? Because I feel it makes the animal stress a lot more, and I feel like sometimes you don't get things done. So let's get this started and see what she will let me do. Hopefully she will be okay. That is the goal. I'm just going to put all of my tins up here that I use. I have quite a lot because when I do cats, they kind of kill the blade with their fur. Well, they just have like different coat texture. Okay, so these are all my tins. I'm not going to be clipping her with a 5/8 blade. So, put all these up here so in case she gets a little kicky. I want to give you a better look. Like this right here, this whole thing, it's like a cast. She's already feels like she's getting upset with me. Like she is literally cast matted underneath. Her back is okay, but this is the tightest I've ever seen a cat. And it's probably because she doesn't like to be brushed. So it probably makes it really hard for the owner to do anything with her. I'm sure as soon as she sees the brush, she probably hides. So I'm gonna start her off and see what we can do. Maybe she'll be okay because she sees them helping her. And that would be the ideal goal. Now, I should have clipped her nails first. But I always tend to forget to do that because, well, I'm stupid. But I'm trying to see if I can get you up here so you guys can see the mat. Like, see this part? It's literally, this is one whole piece. One whole piece. And with cat skin, you have to be extra careful, especially when they're matted like this, because the mats can be so embedded to the skin. You can actually cut the cat really good and very easily when it's matted like this. So it makes it really difficult to groom sometimes. This is really bad. I've really never seen a cat this bad. I mean, I'm not trying to make the owner feel bad or anything like that. Things happen. Life happens. Especially when you have a kitty cat that don't want to, be brushed or anything like that. It does make it very difficult. So I'm not trying to attack the owner or anything like that. So if you watch this video, I'm really not. And I apologize. That is a hole there. That is a legit hole. 2 holes. I think in her skin. I'm going to try and shave this part and see what that is about. Because if that's a hole in her skin, that means she might have an infection or something. Something can get in there. I'm hoping she doesn't have a bot fly. I've actually pulled out a bot fly from a dog before, and they can be pretty deadly if you don't get to them in time. Now this is a straight hole in the cat right here. That's not the butthole. I don't know what that is. I'm trying to use my other phone so I can use the flashlight. Oh yeah, that's all open. Oh man, that's not good at all. See the hole in there? If I hold it open, there's like oozy stuff in there. Oh man. Last time I seen a hole in an animal, I think it was a shelter dog that I was shaving down, and it was matted like this. You can't see stuff when the animal's matted because it's covering everything, and it's too tight for you to even look under. This one's so much harder than this one. This is like a brick. I'm literally just pulling the skin. So far she is doing really good. Last time I couldn't even do any of this. So maybe she's feeling relief from me doing this. Oh man. I'm just hoping she doesn't turn around and try to bite me. Because my arms in the way I can't really see because I'm trying to focus down on what's going on with her. This is crazy. This is absolutely absurd. Okay, I'm going to try a different blade because I really need to try and separate this part right here. I know, Tessie. I know, Tessie. I'm sorry. Put Carl away from me. If I call away, you can hit me. It's okay, baby. This probably hurts. Having to pull the skin away from it. I think there might be another hole. I wonder if she got attacked. I don't know if she's an outdoor cat or if she has other cats or if she lives with dogs. I don't know any of that information. Let me get my 40 blade. Whoosh! Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She's not very happy right now. She's very, very mad. I'm sorry, baby. I'm very sorry. I know. I just want to get this off of her. I'm going to have to probably sedate her. Just because of how thick this is. I can't get around that part. I mean, this is so bad. There's a big possibility. She's most likely going to get sedated anyway because in order for them to look at that properly. Now see, had I not had a sedator or even tried to cut her, we wouldn't even know that's there. I'm just trying to get a clear view of it. I know, you're upset. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get this as loose as I can around here. It's not easy. It's like all scabbed up. It is all scabbed up. Yeah, I'm not going to continue grooming her anymore because with that being open and I can't get around it, I am going to have her sedated so that this way the doctor, when she does the exam, she can actually look inside of that. So when you see me, she will be on the table sedated. Okay, so I just finished grooming Tessa. Her wound actually does not look that bad. It looks gnarly, but it's actually not that bad. It's not infected, and it's most likely from all the matting that the fur actually started to pull apart the skin. This can even happen on dogs too, but it'll probably happen a lot more easier to a cat because their fur is like paper. Now, I don't know if you saw the full thing, but this is literally what I pulled off of her. I highly recommend having your cat groomed at least every 3 to 6 months, at least twice a year, minimum, if you have a long-haired cat. Short-haired cats can also get matted too, so if you're not brushing and combing at home, make sure you get in with a vet, not a vet, a groomer. Get in with a groomer to get your cat bathed, brushed out, so that you can keep the hair on there so that it doesn't turn into that. Because then when it gets that matted like that, it becomes very painful. And that's why I ended up doing the sedation, just because had I sat there and pulled all over, she would be miserable. And especially since she had that wound, I didn't want to, you know, in case there's wounds anywhere else. This way I was right up front with the vets and the techs. So if anything happened or they see something, I'm right there and they can take control to treat anything that needs to be treated. But thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and remember, get your cat brushed and bathed at least twice a year by a groomer if you're not going to do it yourself. It'll help your cat. Your cat will thank you too. Bye, y'all.